Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call, your place for motivation and inspiration, sponsored by the world-renowned top motivational speaker on the planet, Mr. Les Brown, and his platinum speakers who you get to meet on this platform and be able to inspire you to use the greatness that he tells you that lives inside each and every one of you. My name is Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant. I will be your host tonight, and I'm so thrilled to know that we have so many new callers that found out about Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call via the website, via YouTube, via social media, meaning that you are truly connected. You are someone who is about personal growth and development, and you're inspired by the words that he has spoken and has shared, and it has changed your life, and you've shown up tonight. Thank you for those who consistently tune in every single Monday to hear a word of inspiration and motivation to get them through the week. So we're like your secret power pack of success that you join in every single week to be regenerated, rejuvenated, and to move on with what you've been assigned to do on this planet. So today is a holiday, and a lot of folks are traveling, for those who are in the United States, and Labor Day weekend, a holiday weekend. It's an unofficial end to the summer and everyone getting back to school who haven't gone back. In different parts of the country, the kids are already back in school. But for those on the eastern seaboard in a few places, they are not going back until after Labor Day. It's just part of the tradition. So with all of that hustle and bustle, we are truly pleased that you've decided to spend a few moments with us this evening and be a part of Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call. If you have not yet visited Mr. Brown's website, please do that at lesbrown.com. That's lesbrown.com. The website is currently being updated with new information and locations of where you can meet Mr. Brown in person. There are two major events, two of the last that he's going to be doing in the continental United States, with one or two private events that will be happening in the latter part of this quarter. But if you want to meet him live, if you want to shake his hand and tell him directly how he has affected the changes in your life, you'll have an opportunity to do that, one in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and that is this coming weekend, September 12th, at the Soul of a Woman Retreat. He'll be there with his children, the First Family of Motivation. And then he'll be in Orlando, Florida for a special training on how to speak and tell your story. And that will be happening September 18th and 19th in Orlando, Florida. You'll see the information for the events on lesbrown.com. So make sure you visit. And if you're able to register and attend, we look forward to seeing you there. And I'll announce this information as well at the end of the call. So today, holiday time, right? A lot of people are traveling back. They've been enjoying family time, just vacation time, and there's always time to regroup and to rejuvenate ourselves. I mean, I don't know how many of you can think about the fact that it's the fourth quarter, like you've been going full speed since January, and full speed for you might be different than full speed for somebody else. But tonight, I want you to reflect on the fact that there's always more to celebrate than there is to complain about. And sometimes we don't stop long enough to just acknowledge what's going on and how far we've come. So the first thing I want to invite you to do tonight is just pat yourself on the back. Yep, I can't see you do it, but I can feel you do it. Just put your hand behind if you can, as long as you're not driving and listening, and just pat yourself on the back. You made it to the fourth quarter of 2015. This is the start of where all of our energy needs to be rolling in when we think about how we want to close out 2015. Those of you who have been on the call, you've been a part of our community, you've heard some of the messages that I brought before. I talk about the fact that it's now or never. Your dreams can't wait. And I keep pushing that, and I keep sharing that, because there's some of us, once Labor Day hits, we start thinking that, oh, well, the year is over. Before you blink, they're changing all of the decor in the stores, and you'll see Thanksgiving information and coupons and all sorts of things coming out about that holiday. And then it's on to the Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, and people are celebrating celebrating, and then before you know it, it's all about the Yuletide and the mistletoes being moved around. But now is the time to really turn up the volume. See, fourth quarter is here. This is the moment where you have to make a decision, and that's what I want to talk to you tonight about, the decision to win, the decision to win. Write that down, the decision to win, because it starts with that decision. See, before we can get to the part where we understand why our dreams can't wait, when we understand why we tune in to a Les Brown, why we're attracted to the words that he says, why we are inspired every time we see him, every time we hear him, every time we experience an opportunity to be able to hear the lessons, to hear the warmth from his heart, to hear the sincere concern about everyone that comes into his space being able to succeed. But before we can appreciate that and really move with not just the listening, but the doing, we have to make a decision. We have to make a decision that now is our time. Now is the time for us to shift into gear what's next for us. I recently had a talk that I presented, and I was thinking about something that happened recently with one of my children. And, you know, I talk a lot about my kids, and I share that openly and transparently because my kids are constant teachers. They constantly show me life through a different lens, because when we pass a certain age and stage sometimes, we can forget what it feels like to think like a child. And if you don't have children of your own, just watching children or anyone in your family that you have been able to be around, or even if you watch some of the shows where there are young people featured, there's a certain kind of raw energy and innocence and excitement and willingness that comes with youth. And with that, you're able to learn some lessons or relearn some of the lessons that you've had in your life and you might have forgotten. So the other day, I was really, really proud because my son had a decision to make, and it wasn't an easy one because he wanted to relax. He's on vacation after all, but he had to do a job. And you've heard me talk, if you've been here before, I explained that my 11-year-old, now 12-year-old son started a business without asking me permission or his father, and doing lawn service. And with this, he services clients. He built a whole membership thing. But guess what? He forgot about servicing his own house. So he had to satisfy the clients called Mom and Dad. And it was a hot day, and he had let it slack a little bit, but he said, okay, I'm going to go out, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to get this job done today, and I'm going to do the back, and I'm going to do the front. And then after he was coming down to the end, and he was almost done, he was looking at the time. He had football practice, and my husband came out and tested him and said, well, you know you have practice. There's still a little bit more to do, but you want me to come out and finish it, son? And he put his head down, and the sweat was dripping off of his head, and he said, no, Dad, I'm going to do it. I'll finish it. And he finished. What a proud moment, because that was a hard decision to make. How many of us have things that we need to do as an adult? I can think about myself, right? There's something that you need to do that you just have to get done. You don't necessarily want to do it. You don't feel like doing it, but it has to get finished, and you have to make a decision to, in your mind, see the end, right? In your mind. And I want you to put that down. I love Stephen Covey when he taught about beginning with the end in mind. So he made a decision, and his end was, I needed to satisfy my client. I needed to make sure that I got this job done. And he didn't decide not to finish. He didn't decide not to do the job. He said, no, I'm going to do it. And after he did it, here's what amazed me. When I talk about making the decision, I was good with that. I was proud at that moment. But not only did he finish the job, complete it, get ready to go to practice, he ended up going to practice and coming home so excited because he made a touchdown in practice. Now, if you're not familiar with the game of football, that's the goal of the game, to make a touchdown. And different positions are aligned and work together so that they can get that ball into the zone, the end zone, and make that touchdown. So he came home so excited, and I said, wow, how does it feel to be able to push past what you didn't want to do, you made a decision to do it, and then what happened? He really didn't understand. He's like, wow. And my husband said to him, see how much energy you had once you pushed past what was uncomfortable, once you pushed past what wasn't convenient, and you still got it done. And as a result of that, you had even more energy to do the things that you wanted to do the things that made you happy, which was playing football. And he had to sit back and say, wow, I see what you're saying, Dad. So when I thought about that, that was a huge lesson. Right? When we make the decision to do the things that we've been putting off, when we make the decision to do maybe that assignment for school if we're in school, maybe it's clearing out our office if we're on our job, maybe it's as an entrepreneur figuring out a new piece of technology, maybe it's a decision to finally finish printing your first piece of artwork if you're an artist, maybe it's a decision to write your book. Maybe it's the decision to purchase a piece of real estate, and you decide that that is what you want to do and you're going to see it through to the end. Here's what happens. You build momentum. Write that down. You build momentum. And once you build momentum, you are now in a position to keep moving forward, because that's all it takes. It sounds very elementary, like make a decision. Yes, make a decision, because sometimes we can think about it and we can overthink what we need to do and then not get it done. We can talk ourselves out of the very thing that we're seeking to learn or grow. But when we make the decision, something clicks in our mind that we are now going to get it done. And I've been doing hashtag get it done all over the place. And for those of you who don't know what a hashtag is, that's on social media. When something is trending or you're sharing information and you want to build momentum, you share a hashtag. So that's just that number sign, the pound sign that's on your phone or your computer. So in the world of hashtag getting it done, it's making the decision to build the momentum. And once you build the momentum, here's the next thing that happens. You now become committed to complete. Write that down. Committed to complete. When you're able to put your mind in that focus, can you imagine if every one of us on this call tonight, every single person decided that this fourth quarter you're going to be on a serious focus, that you're no longer going to wait to have something be absolutely perfect. I preach this from the mountaintops every single time I get a chance. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting started so you have something to perfect. And that starting point is making the decision. Les Brown has a quote that I love so much. I've used it so much that I told him I'm now going to own it as my own because I've given him credit enough times. But he says, jump and grow your wings on the way down. Jump and grow your wings on the way down, because you will figure it out through trial and error. You will figure it out through building momentum. You will figure it out with getting to completion. You will figure out what needs to be adjusted. You will figure out what needs to be changed. You will figure out how you need to grow into a new space. But if you never get started, how in the world can the world receive your brilliance? So making that decision is huge, and I really want to focus on that tonight, because when you do it, when you actually decide to do something different, because if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. That is just the law of how the universe works. But when you do the work, things start working. And the secret sauce that I've found is in that decision, because your mind shifts from what's not possible. Your mind shifts from the lack. You put yourself in a new frame of mind, a new frame of thinking, that after all, it can be done. And if it's going to get done, it has to be you that puts it into motion, because what you've been given has only been given to you. I wish I could reach in and touch all your brilliance right now while we're on the phone, and I could just bring it on out and share it with the world. but I haven't been given that access. That access has only been given to you. So I want you to decide right now, write it down. If you're driving, do a voice memo if you can, or somebody's with you, tell them to write it down. Choose one thing that you want to make sure you complete in this fourth quarter. One thing. Because sometimes, and I've been very guilty of this in the past, you want to get a million things done. The reality is we really can only concentrate our energy in one area at a time. Doesn't mean that you can't get multiple things done, but you need to attack it with all your focus, with all your energy, with all of your strength, will, and power so that you can finish it, check the box, and move to the next thing. So decide what decision you are making in this fourth quarter. What have you been putting off? What have you been waiting for the opportune time to do? What have you let other people talk you out of? What is still bubbling inside of you? What gets you completely crazy when you watch other people living the dream that you had? When you watch other people building volume and velocity in something that you know you could do and do it well. Make that decision right now. Something is shifting in you as you're writing it. Something is shifting in you as you hear my voice. Something is shifting in you because you're like, yes, Dr. Stacie, yes, I've been putting it off. No more. I am moving forward. I'm making the decision. And when you make that decision, watch what happens. You start to build momentum, and that momentum comes from the thoughts. And what happens in your mind is you start thinking about, well, I can connect with this one, or I can research this book, or I can invest in this program, or I can go to this workshop, or I can invest in this conference, or you can use one of the most valuable places on the planet, the library. And if you don't still go to the library, Google University is a good alternative to find information on anything that you need, desire, or want. But the moment you make the decision, then you start moving forward. You start building momentum to get to the third thing that I shared with you was the commitment to completion. Because you can get started one day, right? And you're feeling good. Day 2 comes, you're still going. And then somewhere around day 7, you're like, I don't know. But you can't give up. See, it's now or never. Your dreams can't wait. So in order for you to accomplish the very things that you're looking to do in this fourth quarter, Dr. Stacie, why do you keep talking about this fourth quarter? It's just September. This is a critical time in the year. This is a major opportunity that is being presented to all of us to turn up the volume on where we are in our life, whether it's in our financial life, and we want to increase our resources. We want to be able to impact the world with the choices that having the right sort of financial capacity will do. This is the time to push forward. If it's in the emotional wellness area in your life, your mental or spiritual area that you want to focus in on, to build up, to end 2015 different than it started, now is the time to move forward with volume and velocity. Maybe it's in your business. Maybe you would like to increase sales. Maybe you would like to expand your market. Maybe you would like to work internationally with people in whatever area, product, or service you provide. Maybe it's on your job. Maybe you're ready for the opportunity to move to a new promotion. Maybe that's what you're waiting to do. Maybe that's where you're needing to go. Now is the time to move forward with volume and velocity. I don't know what it is for you, or maybe it's your health. Maybe it's just simply increasing your water intake or cutting certain things out of your diet so that you can be physically fit, be able to do the things that you're looking to do in your life. I don't know what it is for you, but I invite you to just do these simple steps with me if that is what you are looking for, what you're seeking, what you're waiting to be manifested in your life, that listening to my voice, listening to Les Brown, listening to anyone on the personal growth and development space that is sharing information, sharing skills, sharing resources to help you grow will all just be clutter and noise in your mind, in your spirit, in your space, unless you make the decision and you build the momentum and commit to completion. We try to avoid some of the steps sometimes, and there's no avoiding it. We have to go through. We have to move in incremental moments of success. Write that down. Incremental moments of success. You know, it would be wonderful, right, if we could wake up and sprinkle some fairy dust and everything in our lives is perfect. But unfortunately, that's not the reality. What we have and what we're able to create, it only happens in incremental moments of success. And that's what you're building when you make the decision. When you make the decision. So I hope you wrote it down. I gave you enough time to write it down and to commit to it. And then how do you build momentum? I'm just going to talk briefly about that and then getting into the committing to completion. So with building momentum, you have to monitor how you spend your time and your energy on a daily basis, because there's so many things that can get us off track, right? There's so many things that can interrupt our success. There's so many things that can have us question why we're even doing what we're doing. But in order to build momentum, you have to decide that every day you're going to commit to getting at least 3 things done. 3 things done. Not 20, not 25. If you're able to get more than 3 done, that is great. But in building the momentum, if you can commit to 3 things every day, watch what happens. I teach this in part of the trainings that I do, and I just completed a new cohort of those involved in my 21-day intensive, and they couldn't believe how much they were able to accomplish just by focusing on 3 main things every single day and building the momentum and staying consistent, because that is what takes you over the hump after you make the decision. That's what gets you into that new space of operating. That's what allows you a different reality, that you shift out of some of the old habits and ways of functioning into a new level of success. And I'm excited about you right now, because I know some of you are really listening. You're really going to do this. You're like, yes, Dr. Stacie, I made the decision. I'm going to build that momentum. I'm glad you told me how to do it, which is just focusing on 3 things a day in order to get it done. And then lastly, the being committed to completion. That word commitment, that's huge, because if you give up on your decision, if you give up on moving forward, if you stop, if we don't look and see how important it is for us to get to completion, not only will we be at a loss or a lack, but the rest of the world will be as well. We need you to get to completion. We need you to feel the joy of success. We need you to feel the joy of being able to get it done. Just like the story I share with my son. He had to make the decision of what he needed to do in order for him to be able to move forward and do the things that he loved. And in this particular moment, it was that getting to practice and playing. And then he ended up with the touchdown. That was the win for him. That was the completion. That was proving to himself that we can push past what we normally do. We can challenge ourselves to raise the bar. We can push ourselves a little bit more. And when we do that and we build a momentum, we can actually commit to the completion and the joy of success. That's what that touchdown represented for him. And I want all of you to have a similar touchdown in your life, that the thing that you've been putting off, the thing that you've been waiting for, the thing that you've been seeking, the opportunities that you've been looking for, the people that you want to work with, the investments that you want to make, that this fourth quarter is not going to end the way it began, that this fourth quarter is going to be the ending of the best year of your life, that this fourth quarter you're going to put in a little bit more. You're going to stretch yourself a little bit further. You're going to actually make the decision. You're going to move into building your momentum by getting 3 things done every single day. I don't care what is happening. I don't care who's calling on you. I don't care what deadlines you may have. This is a deadline for you. 3 things every single day. And once again, if you do more than that, fantastic. But if you can get the top 3 done and keep that your daily focus, guaranteed when I talk to you even next Monday, you would have accomplished so much. And lastly, your commitment to completion is non-negotiable rather. I said but it's It's non-negotiable. Your commitment to completion. I don't care how hard it feels. I don't care how challenging you may think it is. And I'm speaking to me too, because I'm challenging myself to raise the bar in this fourth quarter. I'm challenging myself to move to a whole new level of operating. And because of that, I am going to be able to accomplish some of the things that I've been waiting on and I've been desiring to do. And just as I've said it to you, I'm saying it to myself. There's no more time to wait. We have to move with volume and velocity towards our goals and our dreams. So this Labor Day, this day in the United States that everyone is celebrating and using as a last hurrah for the summer, there were people in the labor movement and work that was done why this holiday was created. Well, let this Labor Day be the beginning of laboring for you. And if you're not in the United States, just think about the fact that people here in this country are celebrating the action, the labor that was done in order for opportunities to happen in this country. And now we are at the point where I am challenging all of us to labor for ourselves, to really be in that space, to move to the next best version of who we are. That's the tagline for my Destiny Designers University. That's the work that we do, where we turn inspiration into results, where we take lessons like this, life lessons, simple lessons. We don't have to complicate it, because sometimes we overcomplicate what has already been given and placed to us. And if we are in that space right now where we feel that we're listening with a different voice, that something I said tonight has prompted a leap inside of your belly. Something I said to you tonight has prompted you to start writing and you can't stop while you've been taking notes. If something I said to you tonight has given you a new vision for where you want to be in your life, let's get ready, as they would say in the boxing field, to rumble. So you're going to rumble with your goals and your dreams, and you're going to have a great time because you are making the decision tonight. You're going to build the momentum, and you're going to be committed to completion. So if this made sense to you and you're ready to move forward, I do want to offer you an opportunity to really focus on winning in this fourth quarter. Now, the ability to work with Mr. Les Brown and to be one of the platinum speakers and to engage with such incredible people in this space and community of collaborative, achievement-driven relationships has been amazing. And I've learned so much from Mr. Brown. And the opportunity to work with him constantly and travel the world, and we're getting ready to do some international engagements, it's humbling. But what's more exciting to me is the fact that every time I can touch someone's life, every time he speaks over someone's life, every time you hear a platinum speaker come on and share a message when he's traveling or engage with another client, that we are helping this global world become better because we're starting a ripple. We're starting a movement of 100,000 voices of hope, people that actually are interested in how they can make this planet better by showing up with the greatness inside of you. So with that being said, there's a special opportunity that I am doing tonight for Labor Day. I haven't shared this with anybody else. This is going out for the first time. It's never been released before, but it's something that I'm sharing with all of you as a part of this Motivational Monday Night community. Now, here's the thing. I only want you to follow these instructions if you're really serious about making your decision, building the momentum, and staying committed to completion. And if that's where you are right now, I want to give you an opportunity to get what has been priceless in my life, which are some of the lessons that I learned from Mr. Brown. And 5 secrets to win now. 5 secrets to help you stay focused with the work that you've just committed to do, with the work that you have just said, yes, this is the time. This has never been released before. I'm doing it tonight. They are adding some new products and information to our website. And my team said, well, why don't you just give it out and let folks know they can get access to it tonight. So this is my Labor Day special. So get a pen and pencil and write this down, and you can get your instant access to this very exclusive interview with a bonus from Mr. Les Brown and myself. You can go to DestinyDesignersUniversity.com. That's Destiny Designers with an S, university.com/win. W-I-N. And this is going to be a how to win now. This product is amazing. You will see all the information when you go there, but this will help you stay focused on your decisions. It will help you build your momentum and stay committed to completion, because it's all about getting it done. And I want to see you win. Mr. Brown is always encouraging everyone that comes within the radius of his voice to walk in the greatness that has been placed inside of you, because there is greatness in you. Now is your time to win. Now is your time to get it done. So I am glad that we have had the moment for you to open up your heart, lend me your ears, and listen to these words tonight. In the spirit of this fourth quarter, I want to hear the testimonials. I want to hear the breakthroughs. I want to hear the transformations that will happen as a result of the decision that you have made tonight. I want to be here to watch the momentum you build and congratulate you when you have committed to completion. I will be opening up the line shortly, but I thank you for sharing a part of your holiday with us tonight and with me, and I am excited because I know those who have absorbed this in the spirit in which it has been given will ultimately be unrecognizable come the end of this fourth quarter. So with that being said, if you have a question or a comment, I'm going to put the call in Q&A mode, and you can press *6 to unmute yourself if you have a question or a comment before we wrap up tonight's call.
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in Q&A mode. So if you have a comment, question, or you want to tell me the decision you made tonight, press *6 to unmute your line. Ooh, I hear all the lines unmuting all at once. Hello, hello.
This is Mary Goolsby.
This is Miriam.
Mary Goolsby.
Mary Goolsby, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Great and grateful and just excited because I know some great things are happening in the universe tonight.
Yes, they are. I just wanted to make a quick comment. First, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your call. I've been a listener for like a year and a half.
Oh,
and
awesome.
And I appreciate everything that you said tonight, and that's going to take me to the next level for this last quarter. And I wanted to know if it was okay if I could share a quick testimony just of what I've achieved from being on you all's call.
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
Okay. For everybody, I've been I've been managing my son and also doing things for myself for life coaching. Mm-hmm. And so we found out last week that he was nominated for a Gospel Choice Award. His name is Mike Jeezy, and he's a holy hip-hop artist. And people were saying, the holy hip hop, and they understand it couldn't be done in the gospel area, but it's just been very phenomenal. And on my vision board, I have everything that you all have ever said. And every day I have, he listens, and we both listen, and we stay encouraged no matter what anybody has said. And so I just wanted to thank you. And then, of course, I had the opportunity to meet Les Brown last year. And everything, we just kept going forward, and we keep following. So I wanted to say thank you. And
awesome. Congratulations. Well, thank you for sharing that testimony. That's what it's about. Not just listening, but actually doing. So you're proof of that you've been taking the information down, you've been recording it, and you've been moving forward in the conviction of knowing that your dreams and your goals are waiting for you to step in and grab them. So congratulations to you and your son. That is awesome.
Thank you so much. And if I could ask if anybody's willing that's listening, if they go to the Gospel Choice Awards and click on the hip hop category and just click on Mike Jeezy, and then we'd appreciate it. We are trying to get this thing done.
Well, thank you for being on the call, and we appreciate that. We normally don't do any promos on the call, but I know that was a
I'm sorry. Thank you.
No problem. But thank you so much for being here, and congratulations to you and your son.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, go right ahead. I hear like 5 other people who all are muted at the same time. So let's try one at a time and tell me something good. All right, I won't sing for you all. Who's next? Tell me what your question or comment is.
You want to put that in the drawer?
And if you have background noise, just mute your line, please. Press *6 as a few people are unmuted, so go right ahead.
What do you guys talk about on the 9 o'clock call?
On the 9 o'clock? How do you know about our 9 o'clock call? Yeah, that's for the platinum speakers. We have a special trading there. So I'm going to be hopping off of this line shortly. But whose voice was that?
This is the Queen of Columbus, Ohio.
Queen of...
Oh, you're the queen.
Hello, Queen. Great to have you. So we appreciate you being here. And who else is there? There was a gentleman. Do you have a question and or comment before we close out our Labor Day call? I hear someone trying to get through.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to get that website again.
Oh, sure. It's Destiny Designers University. And there's an S on designers. Destiny, D-E-S-T-I-N, Designers, D-E-S-I-G-N-E-R-S, university.com /win. W-I-N.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyone else before we close out? All right, I hear the background noise. Somebody was trying to unmute their line. You have to unmute first and then press *6.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go right ahead.
Hi,
Okay.
thank you. I couldn't remember. Two people.
Yes,
Go ahead, ma'am.
One at a time.
Who goes first? Or go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is Sarah Ricks from Texas,
I think
and I'm
it's fine. You want to put it away?
Okay, somebody has background noise.
For giving us a great framework by which to use, whether we're working towards a personal goal, a career goal, or any other achievement. Because as I was taking notes and outlining what you were sharing, I realized that it's just universal. Those are universal principles to make a decision, right? To then gain momentum after going after it through action, and then staying true to that commitment. And I just had made a decision today on different things, and I was thinking, man, I don't want to lose the momentum. I don't want to lose the energy. And as I'm taking the notes, I'm looking at my situation, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I became excited because I realized that was the framework, and I'm like, I'm glad I tuned in again.
Awesome.
So that was wonderful to hear. I just wanted to say thank you, and also wanted to share with everyone just to recognize that those are universal principles that we can use regardless of the goal, and life principles that we can use relationally, financially, career-wise, and so forth. So thank you, and everyone happy Labor Day.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. And exactly, that is universal. You have confirmed for me that this was the message that needed to come out tonight, because this is a time where a lot of us are thinking about and comparing what the rest of the year had and where we're going next. And it's universal. We can just apply simple steps. We will be able to have those incremental moments of success. Simple steps lead to incremental moments of success, and you will get to where you want to be by the end of the year. So thank you so much for sharing your comment. There was one person who was waiting. You can go ahead now with your comment. Hi.
Thank you. I am waiting, but somebody's not muted, so I don't know if they were waiting too. But anyway, I have to tell you, I appreciate your coming on today. When I called today, I was like, it's a holiday. They're not going to be there, you know,
That's that
because I've been wanting to slack off.
That's that wire.
You know, I've been wanting to slack.
Sorry, I just want to tell the person who has their phone open, please mute so that we can hear this caller. If you've opened your line, please mute your line so that we can hear. Thank you so much. Go right ahead, my friend.
Thank you, too. My name is Dara. I'm from Los Angeles, and I tune in, you know, kind of often. But anyway, today I was expecting you all not to be here because it's a holiday, and I've been really wanting to slack all day because it's a holiday, and I have plenty of stuff to do. So I was really encouraged and motivated. When my alarm went off, I was like, man, because I had just laid down to take a nap. I had made an excuse. I'm going to get back in the bed. And my alarm went off to listen to the call. I said, I'm going to go ahead and call. I said, but they're not going to be here, so I'm going to be off the hook, you know. And so I'm really encouraged that you were on the line today. And then I kind of always come in a few minutes after 5, so I never hear you introduce yourself. But I heard you introduce yourself today, but I don't remember what you said your name is.
Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant.
Stacie N.C. Grant. Now, I heard that part. What I've never heard you say is doctor. So I'm really encouraged that you've done the hard work and that you're still willing to push yourself. You know what I mean? So thank you for your word tonight. Thank you.
Oh, you are welcome. It's a daily journey, and just because we reach certain levels of success or perceived success, Les Brown himself invests constantly in knowledge and information, and we follow that lead because you never get to the point where you know everything. There's always room to grow and to raise the bar on ourselves so that we can really operate in the maximum capacity of what we've been given.
Amen. Thank you again.
You are welcome. You are welcome. So one more, and I do have to hop off. We've gone into Labor Day overtime on the call, but I wanted to hear from those of you who wanted to share, and I'm glad that you did tune in. You didn't take the holiday as an excuse, and you tuned in. And just like you said, you were like, oh, they're not going to be on. It's a holiday. No, there's always work to do, and that's to inspire voices of hope, and that's to create an opportunity where we can log on and be a part of a community of collaborative, achievement-driven relationships that help us to be the best of who we can be. So one last person, and I'm shutting down the call for tonight.
Hi, Dr. Stacie. This is Yvonne.
Is that my Yvonne? How you doing?
It is. Hi, Dr. Stacie. Listen, I did get your phone call, and I will be calling you back, and I am over here doing my work. I'm not doing the work at all that I should be doing, but I am doing some work. Oh, excuse me. I am doing some work, and I thank you for your word because I know that, I forget how you say it, but our time is now. Our gifts can't wait. And I know that, Dr. Stacie. I know I have a gift in me, and you just encourage me every time I hear you to keep on pushing and don't give up. But now I have to work on doing my 3 things a day, and that's my new goal. So thank you for all that you're doing, Dr. Stacie. And I will be calling you.
All right, Yvonne, I love it. I love it. You know, and thank you for joining our Destiny Designers community. That's what this work is, and I'm encouraged by all of you who showed up. You are here. You are participating. You know, I'm getting alerts that some of you are already taking advantage of what I shared with How to Win and this exclusive interview with Mr. Brown and myself. And I just wanted to bless you. I wanted to bless you where you are. I know that the world is spinning no matter what we do, and we want to make sure as it makes its rotation each and every day that we are getting all that we can from life, and no matter what shows up in our way, that we have a tool, that we have a system, that I've given you a universal set of principles that will help you move to the best end of any year of your life to date, that you finish 2015 on top and you set the stage for 2016 being a more incredible opportunity for your life to go to new heights. So thank you so much for being here. I heard one person, I'm such a little punk. I can't say goodnight because I hear you trying to get through. Oh, Lord. Okay, one more. But I do have to go. I hear you trying to get through. Go ahead and tell me your comment or your question before we close down tonight's call. Unmute your line. I see someone trying to unmute there. Go once, twice. If you don't get through, find me on social media. Send me a message, Stacie NC Grant. I'm like on that as Stacie NC Grant on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, everywhere that you can find me. But right now, I do need to close down the call, so stand by, everyone.
All callers are muted.
Okay, so once again, this is Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant. On behalf of Mr. Les Brown and our platinum speakers, I want to say thank you, wish you a happy, wonderful continuation of the rest of your Labor Day holiday, and for the opportunity for you now to move forward with the things you need to make the decision on, build a momentum for yourself, and stay committed to completion, because it's now or never. Your dreams can't wait. God bless you, and we look forward to having you back again next Monday night. Bye-bye.